For the people who pop up in here, man, my fault if the video is trash. It's usually not this trash, but I'm using StreamYard, and I didn't know that you had to upgrade to use the 1080p shit. So that's my fault. But tonight, bro, I'm just chilling. You know, if y'all want to come through, ask questions, don't ask questions. Right now, I'm finishing up the Newtown Boys, the Newtown Gang story. I'm writing it in the new studio, same location, but I had to break down the old one, seeing as how it was, I guess, an eyesore, or maybe because it was connected to the third floor balcony, the bottom of it. But I went and bought like a little. It's called a bicycle shed. Is what it's called, a bicycle shed. But shit, fire. I like it. I'm in the process of putting the panels on here. I'm gonna fill this whole wall, the ceiling, with panels. I'm about to check and see if anybody can see that I'm live. It's probably the first real StreamYard live. Yep, I'm in there. Yeah. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record the first half of the Newtown Gang story live. So what you are gonna be seeing is not what it's gonna look like on the actual story. And y'all gonna get the raw version. Y'all gonna get the bloopers, the F ups, all of that. First, I gotta get my position. Gotta get in position. And I swear somebody stole my new filter, bro. I bought a new pop filter, and one day I came back in the studio, gone, disappeared. So now I'm using the old joint. You know, before I started this joint, right, I saw that I had the option to pre-record a live video, and it reminded me of the story I saw. Well, a dude actually thought he could get away with his girlfriend's murder by pre-recording the live, killing her during the live, so it could seem like he's going live. I'm thinking like he almost got away with it, but like, bro, they can backtrack all that shit. You can tell if it's a pre-live. It will tell you if it was recorded live. The dates, all of that shit matter. I know it's almost 3 in the morning, so I don't expect a lot of people to come through. Tub just hit me back, cussing me the fuck out. So what I usually do, I sit in this nice little red chair right here, and I'm recording phone setup. But since the new setup requires me to be a little lower to the ground, I can't use my nice little comfortable red chair no more. This is mainly just to sit in when I'm not recording. So now when I am recording, I gotta sit on this baby. Put a pull or two on top. I know there is a way for me to share my screen because I want to show y'all something else. I don't want to just show y'all me recording the story. I want y'all to see the process. Everything that goes into this. It's getting cold out this motherfucker. I feel like this early. Mike. Oh shit. What the hell was that? So I got my mic, my pop filter, and my phone connected from 3 different things. I got my pop filter on this like extended arm. I got my mic on a tripod, and I got my phone inside this like bendy. I don't know what you even call these. I guess you would call these extendos too, but they bend. They got that hard bend to it. Like, so no matter where you bend it, it stays there. I got the actual technical term of it. But now I'm thinking I should pre-record these. It might be better to pre-record these. All right. So what I'm seeing right now and what y'all seeing from there is gonna be totally different when the story comes out. All right. So can I add a video file? Image, share screen. There we go. Okay, sharing my entire screen. That's fire. All right, let's get up out of here. Because I want this junk to look as smooth as possible. And I'm not liking how it's looking already. Okay. Well, this right here is my notepad in my phone. As y'all know, anybody who got a Mac, if you got a Mac, then everything you do on your iPhone, you can basically see on your Mac. All right, so current story. These are all the current story scripts I'm working on, and basically the only thing I'm working on right now is a Newtown script. No, I'm not worried about anybody seeing the script. It is what it is. Because one thing about the script is you got to be able to actually do the script, like record it in the way that I do it, or whichever way you want to do it. All this is information that I found and put out in my own way. And I just want to show y'all like what goes into this shit, what really goes into it, and how much work I spend, how much time and work goes into this, like for real, for real. All right, so I start my joint off, of course, the the type of year we talking. Now, right now, the thumbnail title would be Richmond versus New York, but I plan on changing that because it's really not a Richmond versus New York type of thing. I don't really want to say that, like, because it's not. It's more like New York invaded Richmond. You know what I'm saying? They invaded Richmond, and a few Richmond guys even got on their team at the same time. So you can't really say it's versus. You know, that was more so like the Poison Clan era and all that. But so that 1K, you see that 1K, this 1K right here? That means, to me, that's 1,000 characters. That's 1,000 characters. Now, of course, that's an estimate. Definitely, that's definitely an estimate. I can't say it's actually 1,000 characters. I just say that because once I take this and I go over to CapCut and do my what is it called? What do they call that, y'all? God damn, what do they call that on CapCut? It's the damn picture. Let me go to it on my phone. What do they call it on here? The teleprompter. That's the name of it. So what I do is I take 3,000 of these, and I take it to the teleprompter because for some reason in CapCut, bro, they do not let you do no more than a certain amount of words at a time, which I do not like. Bro, if I could do the whole story in one go, I could. That'd be fire. But because they only let you do a certain amount, I can only do 3,000 of these. And that's how I came up with that. I came up with the fact that 25 lines equal out at least 1,000 characters. So that means 75 lines will equal out to at least 3,000 characters. It's not direct. It's not like it's not a perfect estimate. So if I was to take this, if I was to take all of this, hold on. If I was to take this 3K, copy it, go to CapCut, and I found the teleprompter app. Not app, but you know, the tool. I don't even think they got it on the laptop. They don't have it on the laptop, most likely. It's gonna be on your phone. So I probably ain't gonna be able to show you. Nah. Well, I'll plug that in somewhere. I'll try to, because, you know, I'm new to this. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So that means that all of this right here, going all the way down, I stopped at 31,000. That's where I'm at so far. This is the part of the story that I'm at so far. And this is where I'm introducing certain members of the gang. I want to send a shout out to what's his name? What's my boy name? Rich. I forgot the last name. Rich. I think it was Rich something. But I talked to him on Facebook. I'm supposed to be linking up with him down Blackwell. I'm supposed to link up with him this weekend actually, and I'm definitely gonna link up with him before I release this story. I got so much more information. So I would say I'm gonna say like 31,000 would equal out to, after I edit, I'm gonna say 25 minutes worth of a video. You know what I mean? I've been doing it long enough to know that it'll equal out to around that much. So that means that 60,000 characters, we probably talking 50, you know? It depends. Depends on how fast you're talking, how slow you're talking, you know, pauses, edits, all of that plays a part in how this shit gonna turn out. You know, these are my completed stories. And these are not even all the completed stories because I only started doing this completed story thing at the start of the war in Blackwell. So just imagine everything before that. Then I got my story archives, meaning these are the stories I have yet to tell. These are stories I got on the list that I plan on telling that I haven't gotten to yet. Stories that I've started, did research on. Some I've not done research on. I just put up there just to remind me to come back to it. Crime is Life, the web series that I'm working on with real people in it. Got the whole War in Blackwell series right here. This is just the War in Blackwell series. Like they got their own little section. The Golden Years too. The Golden Years got their own little section because there's so much information that goes into the Golden Years story. And these are my ready to record stories. Of course, there's nothing ready to record yet because I have not yet to finish a story. The last time I finished a story, I had 3 stories already finished. And lately, it's been a little doozy. I've been a little busy. I've been extra busy with a lot of outside shit other than YouTube. So that's my fault, y'all. I wouldn't call it my fault, but it's just life. Let's just say it's life. You feel me? All right. And that's getting into a lot of, that's school shit. So don't play that no mind. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, so I've been going live for a little over 20 minutes. So now I'm about to connect my mic up to the phone. Start recording this Newtown store. And I'm so mad that I don't got a vape. I'm pissed. I'm up in here smoking on the Black and Mild right now. I do not feel righteous about that. Yeah, I know. Not a good look. Gotta wait till daytime to go get me a vape. So this is the only way I can. All right. And I know I didn't show much of the process because I can't do much while I'm live streaming. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pre-record a video so y'all can see the full process. But the writing itself, bro, Jesus. Especially if you want to get everything. If you want to get all the information and really be thorough, it takes a while. It really takes a while. So just to show you the teleprompter, what I was talking about this is what it looks like on the screen. As I'm recording, my script goes down as I'm recording so I can read my script. I know that kind of look crazy because it's showing the computer too, but just to give you an idea, that's what it looked like on CapCut. And I've tried so many other apps with a teleprompter, bro. And CapCut is probably by far the best teleprompter tool. CapCut got the best teleprompter tool. The way they set it up is way better. Now, other apps do let you record the whole story, unlike CapCut does. It's just that the way that it's set up, it's way better. Like, it's no lagging, it's not glitching, it saves your work, all of that. All right. So first thing I do is I do a test run. I record the first couple of words just to make sure it's actually recording because I didn't actually recorded an entire piece, a full 3,000 characters, bro, and I wasn't recording. Like, you can't hear my voice. So from now on, that's one of the first things I do. I make sure it's recording first. All right. And we are off. 3, 2, 1. Today, we tell a story that involves many names, a lot of individuals who flew the same flag and who represented the same group of people. But we'll mainly focus on 3 guys that sat at the top of this well-known, notorious drug trafficking organization. One that will come to lead a bloody rampage lasting over a 45-day period. And law enforcement would dub them as the Newtown Gang. And this is where the intro will run. And of course the edit will come through. I edit all this out. And that's when y'all come and y'all see the beginning of the story. But since this is just since this is just a test run, we're gonna stop this video and I'm gonna take my mic out just to see if it was recording. A lot of individuals who flew the same flag and who represented the same group of people. And we was recording, so we ended it out. Usually I would have my headphones connected so I can hear it. Cause I don't trust my phone speaker. Like, my phone speaker is trash. I done got so much water and liquid inside my phone. It don't sound like it's supposed to. So we're gonna disconnect from the mic that I'm using on here. So if it sounds a little different or you could barely hear me, my bad, because I just disconnected. So I can use this as my headphones for this, so I can hear the quality. All right. So once I see how my voice sound, I adjust the mic to my liking. Maybe the mic need to be a little higher. Maybe it need to be a little lower, depending on the quality of the audio. And at this point, I think it need to be just a little higher. I feel like I'm kind of in the background with it. Or maybe I just need to talk a little louder. You know, it depends. I'm in a nice little closed in space, so it don't sound that bad. So I think I can go ahead with the regular recording. I'm gonna record the first 3,000 characters, then I'm gonna end the live stream. If anybody do come in here until that time, y'all hit me up in the comments and y'all let me know how I sound. And if you got any questions, ask me some questions. It is what it is. On 3, 2, 1. Now today, we tell a story that involves many names, a lot of individuals who flew the same flag and who represented the same group of people. But we'll mainly focus on 3 guys that sat at the top of this well-known, notorious drug trafficking organization. One that will come to lead a bloody rampage lasting over a 45-day period. And law enforcement would dub them as the Newtown Gang. It's November 5th, 1968, in the heart of New York City. And here was a young mother giving birth to a newborn baby boy named Corey Anton Johnson, arriving in the same fashion as everyone else before, innocent. But the relatives he grew up with snatched any ounce of good that Corey had as a little boy. His mother and the his mother and the several boyfriends she brung around would physically abuse him. Her being a drug addict played a major role in why. So he wet the bed up until the age of 12, which was a common effect among so he wet the bed up until the age of 12, which was a common effect among abused and neglected kids. Now, around that same time, public schools in New York City were under pressure not to label black students as intellectually disabled for the risk of stigmatizing them, which almost guaranteed lack of extra help that was needed for some to succeed. Far as Corey, he could barely write his own name, tell time, or name all 12 months of the year. Having to repeat second, third, and fourth grades over, and wouldn't even know his own birthday by the time he was 8 years old. So that dysfunctional home life was taking a real toll on him. What was supposed to be warm, welcoming, and heartfelt was replaced with coldness and rejection, marking a hard ending to a broken childhood. But to just say broken wasn't enough to describe the real pain behind the meaning, because his mother would eventually abandon him to social services by the age of 13. So he would spend the next few years in residential placements, bouncing around from New York to Trenton, New Jersey. Going into his teen years, little would change as he struggled through the remaining years of school. It was even said that he couldn't be trusted to roam the school halls without getting lost. So leading up to his 18th birthday, he could only read and write at an elementary school level, possessing a low IQ score of 77. So needless to say, he wouldn't receive a high school diploma, nor be able to pass a GED test. He spent the remainder of his young adult years in several facilities before he reached the maximum age under the foster care system. So with no family, no home or support, Corey Anton Johnson was left to fend for himself in the city of Trenton, New Jersey. During the summer of 89 in Trenton, New Jersey, okay, I'm gonna scratch that. Corey Anton Johnson was left to fend for himself. During the summer of 89 in Trenton, New Jersey, many residents living here were unemployed or underemployed, struggling to make ends meet, an identical description of most inner cities. And then there's 20-year-old Corey, who's now fully involved in all corners of the streets. And boom, that's 3,000 characters, and I got about, who knows, many to go. So we're going to say that as a draft, or we're going to keep going. But I'm going to end this live stream. When it does hit the joint, y'all come in and let me know, what y'all think or whatever. How you fucking with the studio? They're going to look like this the whole time. We're going to go ahead and we're going to finesse this joint. This joint going to look way fire than this. It's to show you a little bit the size. They got an opening. It's totally closed. At least this joint is totally closed. I like that joint though. It's fire. It's a work in progress. But I'm gonna get up with y'all, man. Hopefully, I got some other little personal stories to drop. But that's another thing too. Personal stories. I've decided from now on, this channel is just gonna be set for true crime stories only. True crime stories only. Whether that be Richmond stories or some regular serial killer story, this channel is true crime stories only. And I'm gonna change the name. I'm gonna change the name to something else. It might be Richmond Stories, Richmond War Stories. I don't know, but this channel is gonna be totally different. It's gonna be a totally different name, and I'm gonna make that personal stories Call Me D. I'm gonna make that the Call Me D channel. Since I've already developed this channel into a true crime channel, I'd rather keep this one. I'd rather change the name to this one. And then the next channel is going to be Call Me D. Don't worry, I'm definitely going to make it a smooth transition. We're going to be all up to date with it. Oh shit, it's 3 people in here. I did not know that. Well, the 3 people that's watching, I appreciate you watching. I know it's late as hell. I can't even see. But it's a lot coming, bro. After that, after my studio got taken down, bro. After that my studio got broken down. Well, not broken down. I had to break my own studio down. A rent office said it wasn't a good look. It was connected to the 3rd balcony floor, which I understood. So that held up a lot of content coming out. But now that I got it back, we up and running, I just gotta write some more stories. You feel me? I gotta do some more research, and we're gonna drop. With that being said, man, y'all stay safe, y'all stay positive, please stay sober. And I'm out, baby. Y'all be cool, y'all be smooth.